We are going to go ahead and explore workspaces. A workspace is a map of where everything should be. For example, this is our default workspace where we have our navigation or navigator, color, and layers visible. If I don't want those on top, I can change and move my workspace around. I can go ahead and modify it. If I wanted to, I could have this by default expanded. And I could go ahead and instead of having this tool or this palette over on this side, I'm going to go ahead and drag it over to this side. I can do that. It's all part of the options that Photoshop allows you to do to customize your work area, because not every one person works the same way in Photoshop. Remember, Photoshop is a tool used by hundreds and thousands of people, from art designers to web designers to computer animators. They all have a use for Photoshop, but not every tool they need. So they want the ability to customize their work area. To restore back to our default work area, we just go back down to Window, Workspace, and go ahead and choose all of these options here from reset the palette locations. We can reset the keyboard, or we can reset the menu. If we want to do the whole thing, we just select default workspace and it snaps everything back to normal. Let's say for an instance in this moment that you wanted to change to a different workspace. Let's say that you are a web designer. You might want a web design workspace that allows you all the options that you would normally use if you were a web designer. Let's go ahead and click on that. It's going to ask you and inform you that this will modify all of your workspace and the keyboard shortcut sets. Later on, you might want to learn how to reset the keyboards, especially the keyboard shortcuts. Not at this moment, we'll let it be. I'm going to go ahead and select yes, and there you go. It has now changed my workspace to be more efficient for a web designer. Let's go ahead and revert it. We're going to go back to Window. We're going to go to Workspace. And actually, let's say that I like this. I'm going to go ahead and select Save Workspace. And in this workspace, I'm going to change it and I'm going to call it My Workspace. Now, this is your own customized workspace. So if Photoshop doesn't have a palette options and the workspace and the docs that you like, you could go ahead and customize and create your own. Let's go ahead and select Save. Now it's saved. If I go to Window right now and I select Workspace, I'm going to notice that on the very bottom, My Workspace is selected. Later on, if I don't like this workspace or if I want to redo it, I can go to Delete Workspace and select Workspace, My Workspace. I'm going to go ahead and select Delete. Yes. And it's gone. We're back to normal. Let's go ahead and switch it back to the default workspace before we move on.